YouTube? It's your boy Baz back with another video. Of course, I'm always going to be coming back. Before you get started into the video, like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm always going to be here pushing out the content for you guys. Follow my Instagram. It's going to link down in the description. If you recommend any videos for me to watch, drop it down in the description. Or send them over to my IG at JALIEL. JAALIEEL. Also follow my TikTok where I post my clips and me just be yapping because people like me yapping. Lastly, follow my Twitch. I will be going back live soon. I promise you. I'm going to be going back live soon. People like when I would be going live. People like when I be interacting with them. So, and that's what I genuinely like to do. Being a content creator is like one of my favorite things ever so far, because the people I meet, the joy and happiness I bring people. And yeah, God bless you all on this blessed September 25th. With that being said, I got a good video for us. It is the most painful gym death ever. Let's get right into it. Have I ever, I've probably seen some niggas do crazy shit in the gym, but niggas dying in the gym. But it's not that hard, because what if never mind, let's get into the video.
Barbell incident. It was the early hours of a Tuesday morning in St. Charles, Missouri. The gym was entirely silent, and it was the kind of silent that only came when the world outside was asleep. At around 2:50 a.m., a young 23-year-old woman would be the only one in the gym finishing what should have been just another workout. She was a paramedic, the kind of person used to helping people, saving lives, and bringing the injured to safety. The woman would step into a Smith machine and rack weight onto its barbell, and then she began squatting it. The only issue was that the weight was too much for her. In the middle of her set, she began struggling. She tried hard to re-rack the weight, but no matter how hard she pushed, the bar wouldn't go up. Then, in an instant, her legs gave out. She lost balance and the heavy bar dropped with no spotter to catch it. The machine pinned her down, trapping her beneath the crushing weight. And unfortunately, since she was the only one in the gym, nobody was around to hear or see her struggle.
Oh my god.
For nearly half an hour, she laid pinned and crushed under the pressure of the weight before another gym member finally walked in and found her. But by then, it was already too late. The member tried to help and called 911, but by the time paramedics arrived, they couldn't do anything for her. Her co-workers at the Christian hospital remembered her as vibrant, full of energy, and always lighting up the room with her smile. But that promise, that brightness, was extinguished in a freak accident that lasted only seconds. Even in a place meant for health and strength, danger can hide in plain sight. If you're lifting heavy weights, always remember to bring a partner. There's been a number of times where I've gotten trapped underneath weight without a spotter, but I was fortunate enough to have friendly passerbys help me out. So even if you don't have a partner to work out with, try to work out when the gym is active and has other people in it. May this woman's soul rest in peace.
Yeah, God bless her heart. But yeah, that's another thing, bro. If you know you one of them big ass bodybuilding ass niggas, if you up there doing that, bro, just make sure you have somebody around, because everybody needs someone, bro. You can meet the best person there. Some people be too introverted, to want to talk. They be too scared to want to actually ask for help. But you're going to need help, bro. You're going to need help. And also, do things, I understand people like to go to the gym late at night because they don't want to have people around. But if you're going to be lifting heavy, just have somebody around, no matter what, man. That's crazy, bro.
The leg press incident. 8 years ago, in Vadodara, India, a middle-aged man walked inside of a gym for what should have been a normal workout. He moved from one exercise to another until he finally settled in front of the leg press machine, a piece of equipment built to test and improve raw lower body strength. The man began racking weight onto the machine until it was fully loaded with plates stacked heavy on both sides. Ahmad climbed in, positioned his back against the pad, and began pressing. At first, everything seemed fine. Surprisingly, as his legs pushed the machine, the estimated 1,000 to 1,400 pounds he was leg pressing actually moved. But then came the moment of truth, re-racking the load. He tried to lock the machine and began struggling. In an instant, his legs buckled. The massive weight came crashing down, snapping his left leg backwards with a sickening crack. The gym floor filled with screams as people rushed toward the mangled machine, the horror of the injury plain for everyone to see. But, by some miracle, the man survived. Nonetheless, The leg press still had done its damage. It had left him with a horrible, gruesome injury, and a lesson that would haunt him forever. Don't ego lift. It's not worth your legs. The shake incident.
That almost happened to me one time. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. The bros, if they watching this video, they would tell you, bro. I was at the gym it was probably like back in 2022. Like, I could leg press a lot, nigga. Even though I got some skinny ass legs, but I can leg press a lot because, nigga, I ran track. Anything to do with legs, I did it. I'm just like, my build came from me being running. So 2 years ago, like, I think, how much was I leg pressing? I think I was leg pressing like 4 or something. Maybe 4 or something, maybe 5 or something. I was leg pressing. I was pushing it. But then, bro, out of nowhere, I don't know, like, my legs just stopped. Like, they just gave out. And, like, I didn't know. It's not like I couldn't push it, but it's like my brain just told my legs just to stop. And it just stopped out of nowhere. And that shit came down so fast, but good thing that shit just stops automatically. If it didn't stop automatically, I would have probably been in this situation. Guess what it. And good thing my friends was there because they heard it be like, oh shit, wait. Because that was fucking crazy, bro. Come on, bro. This guy was on my side that day, bro.
It was the end of New Year's Eve in Wales. An aspiring musician and fitness enthusiast had completed his day and decided to finish the night off by preparing a protein shake to drink. As you could guess, this was something he had done countless times before. But this time, he would try something new. Because after all, it was New Year's. His friend recommended that he add a specific powder into his shake, and excited to test it out, the man put a teaspoon of the powder into his drink, blended it, and began drinking it. And then, nothing happened. The drink was just a little bitter, and so he sent a text message to his friend complaining about its taste, but other than that, he was fine. Then the man went to sleep to end his night. Unfortunately, he wouldn't live to see the next morning. You see, the powder the man put in his protein shake was just caffeine. But it wasn't the regulated kind that you'd find in your Starbucks coffee. It was pure, raw caffeine. He only put just a teaspoon of it into his drink, which doesn't necessarily sound that bad. That is, until you realize that one of those teaspoons was equivalent to 70 cans of Red Bull.
What the
He gulped
fuck?
it down in one sitting. The man shot up awake in a cold sweat. Almost immediately, his body began revolting. His heart was pounding violently, his vision became blurry, and his chest began constricting as if an anaconda was wrapped around him. He raced to the bathroom and began vomiting. His system had been overloaded with a stimulant so powerful that there was essentially nothing that could be done to stop it. Within seconds, he collapsed to the ground, hitting his head on the floor and going into cardiac arrest. Later on in the morning, his parents would find him cold on the floor and fall into a panic. They called 911 and paramedics rushed to his home, but there was nothing they could do. The cause of the tragedy was later revealed to be the simplicity of one mistake. The scoop he used to measure the caffeine powder was actually meant for protein, not for a fine, potent stimulant. This incident sparked up a huge controversy over the ethics of making something this dangerous as accessible as it was. Many argued that powders like these shouldn't be sold on shelves if such a tiny mistake could come with such a costly consequence. The death grip incident.
No, bro, I don't know about that because it can't really be on the manufacturer's fault because, first of all, you're not even supposed to do that. Nigga, you got 1 teaspoon. You thought because the scoops for like the protein powder is the portions is big. Cause my pops, he used to take protein powder. The scoops is big. They like this. Imagine they like this, right? And then it's like they thick as fuck. You thought that was just a teaspoon. I think that's more than it. Let's do that. That's not how much is a scooper in protein powder? How much is a scoop in protein powder? 18 to 30 grams of protein. So yeah, so I don't look. These bitches is thick as fuck. Like, come on, cuz. That's not a teaspoon. These bitches is thick as fuck. How much does that say? Versus that's an actual teaspoon. This is a teaspoon, my nigga. This, like, bro. These are teaspoons, my nigga. Teaspoons. Versus the protein powder shits, my nigga. So you can't be put that shit on the manufacturer. He just thought that was that, but at the same time, I get what the point was from. But you should like know how to limit yourself, my nigga. You took that was a big ass, thick ass scoop, cuz. Come on, bro. Like I understand like you should have did this, you should not have did that. But sometimes it comes down on the person, bro. Like the dude who was overly leg pressing, that I don't want to victim blame or some shit like that, but that was partially his fault. He was ego lifting. I would never blame the victims, bro, but this shit was just crazy, bro.
The death grip is a risky form of holding a barbell. When you pick up the weight for bench press, instead of wrapping your thumb around the bar and securing it in place, some gym goers remove their thumbs and place them to the side. People say that this way of bench pressing helps them focus on pushing the weight more. Others claim that it makes their triceps activate. Nonetheless, it's a stylistic way of benching that is extremely dangerous. And on a Monday, at a gym in Ankeny, Iowa, a 22-year-old student at Iowa State University would find this out the hard way. The weights clanged, the music thumped, and lifters pushed themselves through the grind. For this young man, the bench press was just another part of his normal routine. It was something that he had done countless times before. That day, he made sure to fully load the bar to 315 pounds in an attempt to beat his PR max. With the plates 3 on each side, this was the kind of weight that demands respect. The man laid back and gripped the bar, but in order to really focus on doing his absolute best in this bench press, he switched his normal grip to a death grip, then unracked it. He took a deep breath, and for a moment, everything seemed normal. But before he could even attempt to bench the weight, in an instant, his grip gave way. The barbell slipped from his hands. The full 315 pounds came crashing down across his jaw, neck, and chest with unstoppable force. The sound echoed through the gym as lifters rushed toward him. Massive internal injuries were already done. His spotter and bystanders fought to pull the bar off, but the damage was irreversible. The man was rushed to the hospital, but despite everything doctors tried, he passed away from his injuries. His coach later said, "He was lifting weights, something I did with him 1,000 times." But that's the cruel truth of the bench press. It doesn't take recklessness, only a second of misfortune. I hit the gym frequently, and I won't lie. I usually find myself using a death grip whenever I'm doing bench press. But the truth is, no lift is worth your life. Always use a safe grip, have a spotter, and never gamble with 300 pounds of steel.
That is true.
The gym should build you up, not bury you. May this man's soul rest in peace. The dumbbell incident.
He didn't have a spotter, bro?
It was a late evening inside a small gym in Medapally, Telangana. The clients had finished their training, the weights were racked, and the silence was broken only by the clink of iron as a 34-year-old trainer and owner cleaned up his facility. But then, out of nowhere, the calm was shattered. 3 men walked into the facility, and for some odd reason, an argument broke about between the two parties. As the feud reached a boiling point, without warning, one of the men grabbed a heavy dumbbell and drove it into his face, instantly obliterating the man's head. The men began smashing the trainer's body with dumbbells, striking his chest again and again, with each blow being more devastating than the last. The trainer's body was left on the ground, and the place that he had once built to help people improve their bodies and strength now became his final battleground. The assailants fled immediately after, but luckily they were caught by the gym's security camera as they disappeared into the night. The man was rushed to a nearby hospital, but the injuries were too severe. Doctors fought to save him, but he succumbed during treatment. Investigators believe the motive may have been personal, a suspected love affair, or twisted grudge. Something definitely not worth a human life.
Bro.
The tanning incident. On a quiet Friday evening, a 39-year-old Indianapolis man walked into a Planet Fitness on
Indianapolis?
He checked in, went about his routine, and got ready to leave after finishing everything he needed to finish. But before he left, he decided to make a quick stop in the gym's tanning bed to give his skin a nice finish. It was quick. The man hopped into the tanning bed and was blasted by tanning lights for 10 minutes, left the gym, went back home, and slept happily ever after. Except that's not what happened. You see, the man's car was left parked in the gym's lot. It never left. And his family became extremely worried when he didn't return home for a day. One day turned into 3 days, and before you knew it, the truth finally came out. The man struggled with an addiction that I can't mention on YouTube. It's speculated that the man had consumed some of the substance before slipping into the tanning bed.
Wow.
And while the machine tanned his skin, he quickly realized that he had consumed too much of the illegal substance. He began convulsing while trying to escape the tanning bed, but it would be to no avail. For 3 whole days, the man would remain stuck inside with his body trapping the energy from the device's UV lights, causing him to become disfigured. Finally, a staff member of the Planet Fitness discovered his body locked inside of the tanning bed. He had been there since Friday, alone, silent, and hidden in plain sight.
What was it?
Authorities were immediately called when they found him, and by the time police and investigators pieced it together, questions were everywhere. Why did it take so long for someone to find him?
True.
Why did no alarms go off?
True.
And was it really just the substance he consumed that caused him to become stuck in the tanning bed? His mother later confirmed he had been struggling with an addiction, but she still remembered him as the kindest person with the softest heart.
True.
The gym is where you shape yourself into the best version of who you can be. It's a place that builds not only strength, but also health and happiness. But none of that matters without safety. Safety always comes first. Train with a spotter when you can, pay attention to your muscles and joints if they warn you to slow down, and never load more weight than you're truly ready to handle. With that being said, have a happy day.
W video. That last one was kind of crazy because I am in Indianapolis. I think I might have heard about that, but I ain't really like know too much about that. If that makes sense. When it comes to like the aspect of like that, yeah. If it's like a I would say if it's. What the fuck am I trying to say? My bad, bro. I had to deal with kids earlier. When it comes to the aspect of doing that, okay, if the illegal substance is gonna make you convulse, it'll probably give you a heart attack or a cardiac arrest. But at the same exact time, if it was 3, you was left in that bitch for 3 days. So does the gym not do a fucking sweep? Because I know gyms are supposed to do fucking sweeps. So that means someone wasn't doing their fucking job, or a group of people wasn't doing their job. Because maybe he could have survived. If it was, he probably could have been found in the morning time and probably could have been saved. But he was trapped in that bitch UV lights, turning him into mesh for 3 fucking days, bro. That's fucking crazy. Like, God bless his heart. God bless everybody videoing his heart, bro. Because it's like, that all this is shit is just fucking crazy, bro. Dying at a place that's supposed to make you better. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys all love and support. I appreciate you guys for, sticking out with me with this journey. We are growing day by day by day by day. Follow my Instagram, link down in the description, JAALIEEL. For any videos you want me to react to, any games you want me to play, scary games or any games, because it's going to be October time. I got some plans for what I really want to do. Follow my TikTok to hear me yap and post my daily clips, of course. And follow my Twitch. I will be going live soon, like I said. I'm getting back to my streaming bag, of course. But with that being said, I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Peace.